Look, I don't change colour, but they called me a coloured man. They don't wanna treat blacks the same as another man. It's what I became after kidnapped by the slave master. They shackled and chained arms, my ankles remain scarred. All because I'm an African, my village is desecrated and my family massacred. Carried as passengers by Catholic savages, Islamic travellers. Slavery started with the Arabs to be accurate. Hey, just about paying bills, nigga. Even white boys acting like real niggas. There's something about the word nigga. For what it's worth, like we work till we earn, nigga. It's like we wear it on our chest like a shirt, nigga. Now everybody use the word like we weren't niggas. Like they never kidnapped, hate and hurt niggas. Rich, rape, disgrace, desert niggas. Strip naked, castrate and burnt niggas. Had us swinging from a tree, then they earth niggas. There's something about the word nigga. We wasn't the first to ever use the word nigga. What was worse, we reversed.
Yes, people, I'm here once again with the man like Swiss. How you doing, sir?
What's going on? All well, all well.
You good, yeah?
Yeah, man, not too bad.
Pleasure to have you in the building today. You know, so solid pioneer.
Yes, sir.
How's life treating you though?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad. You know?
Good, yeah?
Yeah, man. I'm good.
All right. So yeah, we got you here today to talk about that big track, the NIGGER track. Yeah. Big. I love the energy on that. And can you tell us a bit more about that track, bruv?
Yeah, well, basically, the background story is I was invited to Cambridge University to have a debate about the N-word.
Okay.
At the time, I was working on some music with a producer called Sky Beats.
Yeah.
So I was gathering all my research, and towards the date, I found out that I weren't able to make it.
Yeah.
So I let the lady that invited me know, and I didn't want to just you know, let go to waste all the research I'd done on the word nigger.
Yeah.
So we can use the word, yeah?
Yeah, of course,
yeah,
definitely.
so I decided to, we was just playing the tune with him. I decided to speak to the producer I was working with,
yeah,
and kind of come up with doing the research that I'd done, putting it all on the track,
yeah,
and then the outcome is what you hear now. You get me?
And what's the feedback been on that track there?
Yeah, man, the feedback was good. As soon as it uploaded to YouTube, internet went mad. You get me?
Yeah.
Sorry about
that.
No,
that's cool. That's cool.
In the words of this is the director that actually done the video. I've got to speak to him. Right. But the in the words of Semtex, DJ Semtex,
yeah,
he said that, you know, it stopped the internet basically.
Wow.
Because when it came out, Twitter just went silent. You get me? Twitter went silent, and it was like our culture needed that, and it made people wake up and listen.
Yeah.
Some people hollered at me and said, "Swiss, crazy, love that," and some were just silent because it kind of hit home in a different way. Maybe it allowed them to reflect on how they used the word, and they didn't know how to come at me. Do you understand? So yeah, man. So that was one extra. Then I got invited. So I got invited up to Semtex's show to do that. Then I got invited to BBC London Radio to have a debate. Yeah. There was a guy called Edward Adu that didn't like the fact that One Extra played it explicitly. So he was up in arms and wanted to debate with me on BBC London Radio. Yeah. And then the host's name is what's his name? Dotton.
Okay.
Yeah, so he invited us up to have a debate, and then after that, straight away I got a next call to go on to Newsnight, BBC Newsnight.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I was just shocked. It all happened so quickly, and it caused a lot of stir, bro. So yeah, man. And it's not like I'm using it negatively. Yeah, it's because of the way that I used it. Why people were so interested, and I've got a documentary to back up, you know, what I've been doing with it as well.
Is the documentary finished?
It's in its finishing stages. I've got 1 or 2 more interviews to do, and for me, because the track is so impactful, bro, I want the documentary to reflect that. Do you understand?
Definitely.
I don't just want to throw it out on a mediocre thing, you know. So my thing is about getting it prepared and done in the right way. So that's why it's taking so long. But people can see the trailer on YouTube. I've got Rich on there, Miss Dynamite, Akala, Judge of Souls, Robin Walker, the historian, so many other, Fuse ODG, you know, and a few others in the industry.
Yeah, that's real.
Hey guys, this is Lexi Lopez. Shout out to Uncle Drummer TV. He's pushing things, so make sure you support. Peace.
Yeah, so Swiss, to me, this nigger tune that you put out, 2014, that was like a modern day Cry to me, because like, when I heard Cry the first time, that was like, one thing I've always admired about you is that So Solid done their thing, yeah? They've always done their thing, they're the foundation, they set this thing, put UK on the map. But you, even when So Solid went underground and certain things was going on, you was always the flag holder. You was always holding it up. it always came with some freestyles or some tunes that always held the Soul Solid flag high. So when you came with that Cry tune, that was like one of the realest tunes ever to be put out that I've seen any UK artist kind of put out. So that went on for years, that carried the flag. And then for you to come back out in 2014 and put out the Nigger tune, that was like Cry all over again, but this one was even harder. Do you see what I'm saying, brother?
Definitely.
So the impact you made with just them 2 tunes alone, you know, like enough man's putting out 15, 16 tunes a year, and they ain't hitting it, and you're hitting it with 2 tunes. You see what I'm saying, bruv? And from 1 tune, the legacy just carries on all the way down until 2014 till you put out the next one. So it's kind of like a Paul McCartney type of thing. You don't need to put out things all the time. You can put out things when you want, and it's just busting. You see what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah, man, definitely.
So, yeah, so you got a big impact from the nigger. So can we go into the word nigger now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't understand what it means. Can you break it down a little bit? What the word nigger means? Because a lot of people say it, but when you chat to them, they don't even know what it means. That's including white people and black people. What's your interpretation? Because I know there's many different interpretations of the word nigger. So to your studying and your knowledge, what does it mean to you?
Well, the word nigger was first documented during Queen Elizabeth I's time.
Yeah.
And the first time, I should say. And she basically wanted some black people out the country.
Yeah.
And she documented those particular people as niggers.
Yeah.
That is N-E-G-A-R-S. You get me?
Yes.
And there were also blackamoors in the country. So there was a difference between blackamoors and niggers, obviously. But she was talking about the same stock of people.
Definitely.
Black people. You get me?
Definitely.
And there's no idea as to if nigger or neger, because I think it's a German word, there's no idea whether that was derogatory at that time.
Yeah.
So after that, it was documented by a guy called John Rolfe in 1619. He was a British settler in Virginia, and he was documenting the first set of slaves to come into the Americas, and he documented them as niggers as well. Niggers, N-E-G-A-R-S.
Yeah.
So that's the second time it was documented. And then after that, sometime between that time of John Rolfe and the time of actual of when we use it now, basically, it was misappropriated and turned into a racial slur. So it became a term that notified a dehumanized version of a black person, a slave, which was treated less than a human, and being a nigger. They were both one thing. Do you know what I'm saying? And then that word became the word that basically defined that, you know? And then today, it's been reappropriated, you could say, by the hip-hop culture. Spelled, some people say N-I-G-G-A, you know, or N-I-G-G-A-Z. And it's basically, there's different ways that it can be used. So you have one amongst black people, where it's a brother thing. You have the same idea that it's a racial slur that's used by non-blacks against blacks. Another way where blacks use it towards other races, and a few other ways as well. You get me? It gets more complex. You have Arab niggers that are called sand niggers, Chinese that are called yellow, I think, yellow niggers. You have Jews, like they all have their. So now it becomes a person that is seen as part of some sort of struggle.
Non-white.
Non-white person that is seen, that seem to be going through some sort of political struggle. Do you understand? And they're looked down in society as part of the bottom of society. And they take on that same nigger kind of definition. Do you know what I'm saying?
Big.
So that's kind of a short breakdown.
I love that Swiss, that you broke that down, because there's enough people out there using the word and they don't know what it means. Or where it comes from. So would you say the word nigger is a negative term to be used? In your interpretation, would you say that it is a positive word or a negative? How do you see it in 2014? Because I just see it, because I used to say it back in the days. Like when I used to listen to 50 Cent and all these other different rappers, they made it actually popular for you to say that. But what we start to realize now is that in saying that, us saying it to each other and all that stuff is making other people think that they can say it that are non-black. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? But in white terms, white people see everybody that's not white as a nigger. Do you know what I'm saying? But to us now, we think it's just a black thing. Do you think it's a positive thing to use the word nigger, or do you think it's wrong?
I don't know if whites see everyone as niggers. I don't know.
Yeah, let me correct that. Not every white sees everyone as niggers, but a lot of English people, yeah, who say they're born and bred British and all that stuff, Union Jack, they think that everybody who's not white is a nigger.
Below them.
Yeah.
So you mean they're below them in status?
Definitely.
Yeah. So with me, I'm trying to be neutral about it.
Yeah.
Because I do understand that things can be reappropriated. The idea of reappropriation is when something is used negatively against a particular person, and that person eventually turns that thing into something positive, that word or whatever, you know. So I believe that it has been reappropriated. Does it make it right or wrong?
Yeah.
It depends on who you're speaking to. Do you understand?
Yeah. Totally.
But you have some people of the elder generation that disagree with the use of the term as a brotherly as a term of endearment, and you have those of the younger generation that also disagree, but you have a majority of them that are part of the hip hop culture that agree with the term being used as it is, and they don't see it as being part of being looked down upon amongst each other. They use it as a term of brother, like it's replaced brother, or it's replaced dog, or it's replaced whatever term he was using.
Homie.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Brethren, homie. So, and that's through hip hop. Do you understand? But I feel like young people need to understand the journey of the word and how hip hop came to use it, and a bit of background about the Jim Crow period in America and previous to that, and to get more context around the word, so they can have a historical idea as to how it came into their heads and their mouths. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. So you're saying that people should study the word more, so then they can make the choice. Like, and you said that on the end of the
song, everyone should understand the historical picture before you ever choose to use the word nigger. And that's, I'm not saying don't use it. I'm not saying you should use it. I'm saying that you should learn about the word at least, and you can make your own decision. I don't believe that telling people what to do is effective in this case. You know, I believe that we should encourage people to learn about it as they're using it already, learn about the word, and hopefully they will come to their own decision on whether they want to use it or not, as I did. I don't use the word in my vocabulary. I'm only using it for the context of the song. I don't put it in songs no more. But if I'm performing a song from back in the day, niggas want to test S.O. that's a no. I'm going to use it for the sake of the integrity of the track. Because for so many years I didn't use it, and I just felt like I wasn't being real. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'll use it purposefully for that. As for my new tunes, I don't use it in any songs. You know, I don't need to. Other than what I've done here with this song.
Real talk. All right, so can I ask you? Let's play devil's advocate on this word nigger for 1 second. Yeah. If a white person comes up to you that is middle class, posh, good job and everything, and you know, doing their thing, and they come up to you and said, "What's up, my nigger?" Yeah. Would you take offence to that? And second of all, if a white person that grown like a black person, you know, you got them white dudes that act like black people, but you're still white. That's what the fact remains. You're still white, Do you think it makes a difference between someone who thinks they're black and someone who's don't want to be associated with black? So those two people saying to you the same thing, "What's up, my nigger?" Would you take offence to one and not the other, or offence to both of them?
I wouldn't say I'll take offence. I'll kind of judge the way he's saying it and see if he's being a bit, you know, a bit cocky, or do you get what I'm saying? You kind of sense by how the term is used, and that comes with a cultural understanding. You'll know who's part of it and who knows, and who's not part of it and who don't know. None of my white friends use it with me. You get what I'm saying? None of my Asian friends use it with me in that sense. So I don't experience that on a daily basis. But I understand people that do have friends that grow up amongst our culture, that are accepted by our culture, that are allowed to use it because they understand the rules and regulations around it. And I feel like it has to be based on that acceptance if it is going to be used by other cultures and races. Because we're not going to get rid of it.
Definitely not.
All we can do is learn about it, and kind of create some rules around it. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like those are unwritten rules anyway. As young Torment said, I was gonna say Stormzy there. As young Torment said on the documentary, my white friends use it amongst me, you know, and I'm alright with that because they are my niggas. Do you know what I'm saying? We're in the struggle together. We like the same things. We do the same things. You know, that shows that one, he's not seeing colour. Do you understand? Because he's treating you just like how he treats his other black brethren or whatever. And two, he's accepted you as part of, you know, this hip hop culture / black culture. You know what I'm saying? We're not, urban culture. So my position is, I try not to get fired up. I try not to let words control me. And I feel like that's one of the lessons that us as black people have to learn. We've got to move past this place where we're allowing this word to control us and get us angry when someone uses it. We have to take it from an emotional level and bring it to an intellectual level. And start speaking about it. Bring it to the table. Do you understand?
I like that, Swiss. And what I will say on that subject there is that when we say that we're going to be racist and we're going to say the white this and the black that, if you really look at it, if you really look at this thing properly, we haven't even got our colours right, because a man will call you a black man and you ain't black, you're actually brown like your coat.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying to you, bro? So how accurate are you when you come into this racism?
Exactly, that's a concept.
And he's not white either, because when you look at white,
it's not
he's nothing like this dude here.
Yeah.
So do we really actually even know what we're talking about?
Really, we have to say that people are variations of melanin dominancy or deficiency. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Various variations of that. Do you understand? Because the pigment in my skin is just melanin. That's what makes me darker or lighter than a fellow black person.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, this race concept, white, black, and stuff like that, was concepts that were birthed into society and people to categorize people, and then we've just ran with it, but we don't know the history. It always goes back to understanding something. It always goes back to educating yourself, picking up a book or a research paper and trying to figure out how things got to where we are right now. And I feel like that's where we'll make most of our progress on issues like this.
Real talk. All right, speaking of books, you wrote your own book called Spot the Difference. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
No ghost author, I wrote it myself. That book was a motivational and inspirational book that was geared towards young black people to try and inspire them to do better. So I called it Spot the Difference, because if you take in everything that's in the book, hopefully people will be able to spot a difference in you from how that book has impacted your life. And it came at a time after I'd done the Pain and Music and Cry project, where I came away from music a bit and I was educating myself a lot. And I was just inspired, man. So I decided to translate all of the experience and information, well, not all, but aspects of the experience and information that I've learnt in my life and through that period, and give it back as a, you know, a testament to that growth back to my community, so people can read. And then I had a guy that came up to me and said, you know what, Swiss, that book changed my life. You know? So
it's blessed.
It's all good, man. You know, I'm very happy with that. And I will be writing more books, hopefully.
And you know what I like about you as well, Swiss? You're a very positive young man. You know, you do the rap. You can get on any level with any guy when it comes to rapping. But you're an intelligent man that's educated yourself, and you're a role model. You know what I'm saying? Some people, like, when they talk about Soul Solid, they only talk about the bad things. But you are definitely one of the good things. And I'm not saying that Soul Solid is bad, because I think Soul Solid done a remarkable job when it comes to the music. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? But obviously with the ups and downs. But you are a person that, you know, when Soul Solid was up and down, you always stayed up. You was always that force that come and show the youth man them this and that and something positive, and you know, I wanna congratulate you, brother.
Thank you,
because
brother.
you're a good dude. So all right, let me ask you another question now. What do you think about the gang violence when it comes on to the black youths nowadays? What do you think is the solution for that? How do we try and get that out of the picture?
I think that we first of all have to, because violence is based on our differences. You get me? What we don't like about each other. But I think we have to start looking at what we might like about each other and what is similar in our circumstance. You know, we live in different areas, but we're going through the same things.
Definitely.
We talk the same, we walk the same, we listen to the same music, and we're in the same socio-economic circumstance as each other. So, trying to elevate ourselves through sports, rap, the intellectual endeavor, going to university or whatever, and not recognizing that part of that growth as individuals has to come from a place of growth as a network and as a community. Do you understand? Because you can't be, you can't reach heights. You can reach a certain height as an individual, but you'll always be treated as the same as your peer and community group. No matter how high you get. You're still that person from the hood. Do you understand? So we have to recognize that it's a community thing. We have to bring each other up. And obviously part of our demise as a community is black on black violence. And in order to correct that, we have to look at our similarities more than our differences, and try to find ways how to elevate past our setbacks, you know, by drawing upon our similarities and what we are good at, and coming together and try and work our way out.
Yeah, I love that.
Pretty much of a long answer, but
I love that because the youth them, because why I do this show for people my age, and I do it for the youths, to enlighten them and encourage them that they are good out there, and they can get somewhere in life, and life can be positive if you make it positive. So to have you up here is a definite pleasure.
So that's what I think. That's one good aspect of it. Another one is our elders need to understand the importance of passing the information down. Setting up a community network amongst themselves and putting on events. They can sit on the panel, invite us down. We can play a little bit of grime, a little bit of garage, a little bit of the oldies, the reggae. Do you understand? Come together, because we all have similar experiences. Do you understand? The youth are going through very much a similar experience that their elders went through, but they don't know it mostly. So if we try to bring ourselves together and have cross-generational conversations more and teachings, then your elders will understand the youngers more, and us that are in the middle as well. You know, and and I think that will cure a lot of the negativity that's going on in the community as well. Do you understand? So that's another aspect of us getting out of our situation in terms of the gang violence and stuff like that. You know. And
when you said that the elders passing on the information, it's definitely correct as well, because some older people, older generation, when you talk to them and you start asking them questions in depth, their back gets up a bit like, you trying to challenge me? You understand what I'm saying to you? And it's not a challenge, it's that young people are deep in depth. They want to, where you went ABC, they want to go DFG. If you don't have the information, just simply say you don't have that information. Your mum taught you ABC. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
and that's part of our problem as well. As an elder, you can still learn now. We can still learn together. Take that opportunity, not as a negative, when you think that you are being attacked in some way by a young person because you can't answer their questions, but take the opportunity to say, you know what, let's go to the library, or let's go to the internet, let's look into this, or come to my brethren John Yard and he might know something about it, you know. So true. You get what I'm saying? Just those kind of things, and those little things, just changing one person at a time. That's how you change the world. That's how you change the community. It doesn't have to be the big Farrakhan figure talking to millions of people. It just happens one person at a time. You know, that's where the fundamental change takes place.
And what you're saying as well is right, is because the youth them's got information and knowledge as well. You can learn from the youth.
Exactly.
But older people's got this kind of block in their head that, no, I can't tell me nothing, I can't. When no, it was 12 years old.
Exactly. That's a slave mentality. That's a slave mentality. It's based on fear. Do you understand? It's coming out of fear. Why are you fearing? Do you understand? So a lot of our elders didn't have time to grow up themselves emotionally. Do you understand? There's intellectual growth, there's physical growth. You go as a man, but you might not be emotionally grown. You're still immature. Do you understand? Emotionally. And that's what we're seeing with a lot of that. And we got to take these opportunities to try and fix that.
Definitely,
by acting differently.
Definitely, my brother. All right, let's move on. So, from the Soul Solid years, when did you start music? When did you actually start your rap career?
When I started taking it serious was after Broken Silence came out. Yeah, that was the tune that was on our second album. And 2003. charted number 9 in the chart.
Yeah.
And after that, that's when I thought, right, I sold like 45,000 copies first week.
Yeah.
People are actually listening to my lyrics. So that's when I started taking it a bit more serious. Before that, I was just DJing and producing in the Soul Solid camp. But when I started taking on rap as seeing it to be a career, that was like then. Yeah.
I heard that. Is Mega Man your brother?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, I heard that, but I didn't know whether it was because I never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I researched the other day. The tune "Broken Silence" actually got a word in it institutionalized, and that was documented as a tune of that year.
Yeah.
That had like the biggest word in it, the longest word. You know what I'm saying? So it's a testament to my endeavor to try and use bigger words than I know that's outside my peer group's vocabulary, and you know, I've always been that type of person. So you know, I've been kind of rewarded for that. In a sense.
You've always been lyrical. No, I love that rap. This was one of my favorite Soul Solid tunes.
Yeah. That was when people noticed me like raw. Like Merman can spit, you get me?
When you came in, that was thorough.
Yeah, that was the first one. But then Broken Silence is when I took it a bit more serious. Yeah, because it was a message as well.
So we saying from the Broken Silence, that's when you got recognised.
Yeah.
So when did you start like hitting the raves, hitting the stage and all that? When did that actually start for you?
That started like off the back of Broken Silence because it was a Soul Solid. What do you mean as a rapper?
Yeah, like when did you know, like obviously the movement's getting built, but when did they say yes, step up, it's your time now?
Oh, like that was like because as all the garage thing was happening, I was a rap head, innit? So people knew that I could spit. That's why when the tune was called Rap This, they thought, right, let's get Swiss on because it's got rap in it. So after that is when I started coming out. Like we performed on Top of the Pops with that. That went top 15, that song, and we was touring with that song as well. And then after that, my next song was Broken Silence, and I went Top of the Pops with that as a solo artist. Do you understand? Went LA, done a performance there, went to Scotland for the Top of the Pops, and a few other places touring with that as well, doing the promo. So that's when I ventured out as a solo artist and got to experience what a solo artist does. Do you get what I'm saying? You know, so that was the time when I kind of, you know, took into my own.
Okay, good stuff. All right, so boom, like you and Mega Man, are you the first two people in your family to do music, or is it other people like your uncles or anybody else who actually done this music?
In the church, you know, my auntie sang, my mum sang. My family that grew up in the church, they all sang.
It's a musical family,
yeah, musical family in that sense.
And you lot took it global.
And then we just took it to the next level. We had a group back in the day called Too Hype Too Young. Me, Mega, Keish, the one that sings 21 Seconds chorus. He's my cousin. And Shabs and Seth. Seth is the one that sang the chorus on Broken Silence.
Okay.
And then Shabs is the one that produced Broken Silence. So us five had a group back in the day. Us five had a group back in the day called Too Hype Too Young. We was like from like 14 down to like 9. That was the age me and Shabs were, and we was just doing little performances in our community. So we always loved music. That was like the Boys to Men, ABC, New Kids on the Block era. Do you get what I'm saying? So we got inspired by that, and at the same time, Ultimate Chaos was kind of doing their thing as well.
Got you.
We was kind of like the hood version of that. But Ultimate Chaos. So. They were like the guy Jade that's in Ultimate Chaos. He was from Battersea as well. So Battersea was very musical area. Moni Love comes from Battersea. Battersea just so full of talent. So we came out of that, you know, that fertile soil of music, of musical talent. You know what I'm saying? So All right. So what's new for Soul Solid right now? They're gonna be a reunion. What's so at the moment there's a rave. At the O2 in February. I haven't got the date to hand, but it's in February. And it is Pay As You Go, Heartless and Soul Solid. So it's called UK Gold. Old school. UK Gold. And you're gonna get I won't say what you're gonna get. Come down and see. You get me?
All right.
Tickets are selling out fast. You know, it's gonna be, everyone's gonna be there. Everyone's gonna be there. Mighty Mo, Bushkin.
I think that'll be tough because when I saw that radio thing the other day, that just really light the fire properly.
Yeah.
Old school. That was really nice. That was really nice.
I met a man that's in his 40s. He said, blood, I had a man that's 50 that sent this to me. You get me? People want it. They want it, Swiss. You know?
It's that old school thing. It comes. I like it as well because, you know, I listen to the new music nowadays and I think new music is running so fast, yeah, that within a month that tune's old and no one don't want to hear it no more. But you lot was making classical, timeless music. You know what I'm saying, bro? So, yeah. So, all right, Swiss, I want to say thank you for coming in today. Do you want to send out any leads to anybody so if they want to get hold of you?
Yeah, man. You can get me on Instagram, SwissWorld _. That's SwissWorld, SWISSWORLD _ And then on Twitter, it's the same thing, SwissWorld without the underscore. Facebook, Swiss So Solid, and that's about it.
Do you want to big up anybody before you go?
Yeah, man, just big up So Solid crew. Heartless, pay as you go for the UK Gold thing coming up.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for your support in the community. Definitely. You can also buy the tune Nigger on iTunes if you look it up. You can still get it on text as well. I've forgotten the text number, you know, because I'm not promoting it no more.
No worries,
yeah, hopefully you might be able to shout it out to them. I'll send it to your phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can get it on text. You can get it on iTunes, and keep supporting, man. My new single will be coming out shortly, man. So make sure you keep supporting the kid. All right. Thank you very much, man.
All right, respect.
Yeah, man.
Swiss, I want to say big up and enough love, bruv. Like, to me today is like a proper pleasure to have you in there because you're one of my favourites in Soul Solid. You and Mega, yeah. So to be sitting there with you today is like, it's a mad. I can't even tell you the feeling.
Thank you, man.
Big up, man.
Big
enough
up,
love. Keep positive, bruv.
Yes.
And hopefully we can do this again. And I just wish you all the success, brother.
Yeah, man.
Keep it real.
Thank
man.
you very
Love,
much.
Man.
Peace.
Love, man.